In the ancient land of Elaria, a kingdom once flourished under the guidance of wise kings and queens. The sun graced the land with its warmth, and the people lived in harmony, knowing peace and prosperity. But as time passed, the kingdom fell into ruin, its glory forgotten, its people scattered. The prophecies spoke of a crown, lost to time, that would one day restore the kingdom to its former glory. Many moons ago, before the kingdom fell into disarray, a wise and noble king ruled over Elaria. He was loved by his people, and his reign was marked by peace and prosperity. But as the prophecy foretold, darkness would come to claim the kingdom. The crown, a symbol of power and unity, was hidden away by the last king to protect it from falling into the wrong hands. In the heart of the kingdom, hidden from the eyes of the world, lies a grand library. Dusty and forgotten, it holds the secrets of the past. It is here that a young scribe named Arin spends his days, lost in the ancient texts, searching for the truth behind the kingdom's downfall. One fateful day, as Arin delved deeper into the archives, his eyes caught a glimpse of a hidden alcove behind a tapestry. His heart raced as he carefully pulled it aside, revealing an ancient scroll sealed with the emblem of the old kings. With trembling hands, he unrolled the scroll, revealing the prophecy that would change his life forever. From the ashes of despair, a king shall rise. The lost crown of Elaria shall be found, and with it, the kingdom shall be restored. But beware, for where the crown leads, shadows follow. Determined to fulfill the prophecy, Arin set out on a journey to find the lost crown. His first stop was the royal armory, where it was said that the king's heirloom, a sword of unparalleled power, was hidden. With the scroll as his guide, Arin ventured into the forgotten halls of the armory, his heart pounding with anticipation. As Arin grasped the sword, a vision overtook him. He saw Elaria in its glory days, the golden fields, the towering castles, and the lost crown gleaming on the head of a proud king. But the vision soon darkened, showing the kingdom's fall and the rise of shadows. As the vision faded, Arin found himself back in the darkened armory, the sword still clutched tightly in his hand. The weight of the vision bore down on him, as if the fate of Elaria rested squarely on his shoulders. He knew he was now bound to the prophecy, and that finding the lost crown was not just a task, it was his destiny. With the sword in hand, Arin set out on the next stage of his journey. The prophecy mentioned a place where shadows converged, a forgotten temple hidden deep within the mountains of Elaria. It was said that within the temple, the true nature of the crown could be revealed, but only to those brave enough to face the darkness within. After days of travel, Arin finally reached the entrance to the Temple of Shadows. The ancient structure was carved into the side of the mountain, its massive stone doors adorned with intricate carvings that told the story of Elaria's fall. As Arin approached, the doors seemed to groan in response, as if acknowledging the arrival of the one destined to seek the crown. As the doors slowly creaked open, Arin stepped into the darkness of the temple. Inside, the air was thick and heavy, and the only light came from the faint glow of the sword in his hand. The walls were lined with ancient runes, pulsing with a faint, eerie light. Arin knew that this was the first of many trials he would face, trials that would test his resolve and his very soul. Deeper into the temple, the air grew colder, and the shadows seemed to press closer. Suddenly, from the darkness, a figure emerged, a towering guardian, clad in ancient armor that bore the marks of countless battles. Its eyes glowed with a cold blue light, and in its hand, it held a massive axe that crackled with dark energy. Arin knew that this was no ordinary guardian. It was a being bound to the temple by ancient magic, tasked with protecting the secrets within. But the guardian did not attack. Instead, it spoke in a voice that echoed through the temple, ancient and resonant. "He who seeks the crown must first understand the burden it carries," the guardian intoned. "The crown is not just a symbol of power, it is a beacon that draws both light and darkness. To wield it, one must have the strength to withstand the shadows and the wisdom to guide the light." With the guardian's words echoing in his mind, Arin pressed on, deeper into the heart of the temple. The air grew colder still, and the shadows seemed to whisper in ancient tongues, but Arin's resolve only hardened. He knew that the path ahead would be fraught with danger, but he was determined to uncover the secrets of the crown, no matter the cost. After what felt like an eternity, Arin finally reached the innermost chamber of the temple. The room was vast, its walls covered in more glowing runes, but at its center stood a pedestal, and atop it, a small, ornate box. Arin's heart raced as he approached, for he knew that within that box lay the key to finding the lost crown. As Arin carefully opened the box, a faint light spilled out, illuminating the chamber. Inside, resting on a bed of velvet, was a small, ancient key. But as Arin lifted it, another vision overtook him this time, of the crown itself, hidden away in a place of great power, surrounded by both light and shadow. The vision was fleeting, but it was enough. Arin now knew where the crown was hidden, and he understood the peril that awaited him there. As the vision faded, Arin felt a deep sense of urgency. The crown was no longer just a relic of the past. It was a beacon, calling out to forces both good and evil. The winds outside the temple began to howl, and Arin could sense that the storm was not just a physical one, but a harbinger of the struggle to come. With the key in hand, he knew his next destination was the heart of the storm, a place where light and darkness would clash in a battle for the future of Elaria. Leaving the temple behind, Arin began his journey to the heart of Elaria, where the crown was hidden. The road was long and treacherous, winding through desolate landscapes and ancient ruins that whispered of a forgotten past. As he traveled, Arin couldn't help but feel the weight of history pressing down on him. Every step forward felt like a march towards destiny. As Arin approached the heart of Elaria, he was plagued by visions, echoes of the past that revealed the tragedies that had befallen his ancestors. He saw the last king standing in the very spot where Arin now stood, holding the crown aloft as shadows closed in from all sides. The king's voice, filled with sorrow and resolve, spoke to Arin, urging him to learn from the past and avoid the mistakes that had led to Elaria's fall. As Arin neared the location of the crown, he encountered a final test, an ancient guardian that had once served the last king. The guardian, bound by duty and magic, now stood between Arin and the crown. It was a creature of immense power, with wings of shadow and eyes that glowed with an inner fire. The guardian did not speak, but its presence alone was a challenge. A reminder that the crown was not meant for the weak of heart. With the guardian subdued, Arin finally stepped into the heart of Elaria. The chamber was vast, with walls covered in ancient murals that depicted the rise and fall of the kingdom. At the center of the chamber, resting on a pedestal of stone, was the lost crown of Elaria. It was more beautiful than Arin had imagined, its jewels glowing with a light that seemed to come from within. But as he reached for it, he felt the weight of history once more. The crown was not just a symbol of power, but a reminder of the responsibilities that came with it. As Arin took the crown in his hands, he felt a surge of power, both exhilarating and terrifying. The crown's magic flowed through him, connecting him to the ancient kings of Elaria, to their wisdom and their sorrow. But with the power came a burden, a responsibility to protect the kingdom and guide it towards a new dawn. Arin knew that this was just the beginning of his journey, and that the true test of his strength and wisdom lay ahead. Come back on the next episode to see the story unfold. If you enjoyed this story, please stay tuned for more.